Hey!
Hey mate, how are you going?
Mate, I'm good. How are you? How was the week? Was it a good week?
Week's not too bad. Another week in my life.
Yeah, well, I actually saw you this week.
We did. We caught up. We had a few things to do, so
yeah,
that was good.
It was good. It was good.
Hope everyone's doing well out there, and welcome along for another week of the Wolfe Pack. Look, I'm just astounded with the caliber of guests we've had on this humble show in its short career. You know, we've done well. You know,
it's amazing. Look, we put a post up last night talking about this, and you know, like I think we started this off as just a bit of fun. I'll jump on one week, you jump on the next. Then we realised there was apps we could do it together. And then we started getting guests, and now we're talking this today to one of the best songwriters in the business from one of Australia's biggest bands. So life can be pretty good when it wants to be. So you've got to take your wins when you can get them. So welcome everybody. Sure. Please, as always, love the comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Hey Bill, hey Philip, hey Pam. Everyone's on. It's good, Nick. I think it's good Friday night. Bit cold down here in Tassie. Going to be honest, a pretty cold, miserable, cranky kind of day. I'm glad it's evening. I'm glad it's Wolfe Pack. I'm looking forward to some music and some fun. I really am. I've been hanging for it. I've been hanging for it all week. I'm not going to lie. So you're going to start.
I might just rip into it tonight, eh?
Let's
kick things off with a bit of a tune for you all. It's one I've been really liking a lot lately, by a guy called Morgan Wallen. Fantastic artist. You used to talk about getting even further south, somewhere where the summer lasted all year round. Probably got a big old diamond on your hand right now. Maybe a baby or a couple by now. Long driveway to a big white house. But I wonder when you're drinking if you find yourself thinking about that boy from East Tennessee. And I know we both know better, but we still said forever. And that was 7 summers ago in Southern comfort. We dumb or just younger, who knows? Back then we used to love the river, sipping on a sixer with me. Does it ever make you sad to know that that was 7 summers ago? Yeah, I bet your daddy's so proud how his little girl turned out. If she dodged a bullet of a good old boy like me. Still go drinking, same friends on Friday. Bought a few acres, couple roads off the highway. Guess never saw things my way anyway. But I wonder when you're drinking if you find yourself thinking about that boy from East Tennessee. And I know we both know better, but we still said forever. And that was 7 summers ago in Southern comfort. We dumb or just younger, who knows? Back then we used to love the river, sipping on a sixer with me. Does it ever make you sad to know that that was 7 summers ago? 7 summers ago, oh, 7 summers ago. I wonder when you're drinking if you find yourself thinking about that boy from East Tennessee. And I know we both know better, but we still said forever, and that was 7 summers ago. In Southern comfort, but we dumb or just younger, who knows? Back then you used to love the river, sipping on a sixer with me. Does it ever make you sad to know that that was 7 summers ago? 7 summers ago, oh, 7 summers ago, oh, oh, oh.
Yeah, yeah. Nice.
It's a nice song. That's a nice song. He's a good artist, that guy.
Yeah, I like his stuff. His stuff, Hardy's stuff, some of my favourite stuff coming out right now.
I just wish my voice was like, you know, like when I have he's got a really like cool, gravelly, great tone to his voice, and when my voice goes gravelly, it also typically has like a shitty like high squeak to it. It's never just cool. It's never just like cool gravel. It's like. Yeah, anyway.
No, I like it. Lots of people tuning in. South Australia, Victoria, sending our love to everybody in Melbourne, Victoria, people up in Gladstone, people in Tamworth. So welcome. It's good to have you. Now, Nick, with the chat with Andrew, Andrew lives middle of nowhere, kind of literally the middle of nowhere.
Which we're going to learn about. He couldn't come on live tonight. We caught up with Andrew recently. Let's just get into it. It's a big chat. So, yeah, this is the main man himself.
Well, Nick, this is really exciting for us. Not only is this guy one of the most insanely talented Australian songwriters ever, written hits all over the world. We're very lucky to call this guy our mate. We've even been lucky enough to go out to his farm, write songs, and have a great time together. So let's talk all about it. One of the best there is, one of the nicest blokes you'll meet. This is, if the internet is with us, this is Andrew Farriss from INXS. Welcome, mate.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm good, Tom. How are you, Nick?
Mate, very, very well. Where are you joining us from today there, mate?
I'm at the Barraba Memorial Park.
Nice.
Yeah, well, because out on the property where you blokes have been, we don't always get the best telco services. Not much we can really do about it. Unless, of course, I buy a spaceship and send my own satellite up there. Which is probably unlikely. But thanks for that intro. And, look, I'm a big fan of what you fellas are doing at the moment. Congratulations on all your success recently. That's amazing.
Thanks very much, mate. It's been a good year. Like, I mean, with COVID aside, it's been nice to have some new music out and actually still be able to celebrate a few wins at least, you know. Now, look, if people don't know where Barraba is, give us a bit of a rough idea. We've been out there before, but Barraba is kind of out of Tamworth, right? Like out of sort of north, is it north?
Well, it's 100. Well, where I live is about 110 kilometres northwest of Tamworth, but Barraba itself, about 100 kilometres northwest of Tamworth, and most people go up the New England Highway. They'd head up this way, and then they go up, of course, towards Armidale, and that's where they mostly go. But we're in a sort of a long strip of country that goes really through Manila, Barraba, Bingara, up through Delunga and over to Inverell, and on the other side, you got Mount Capitar, which is one of the highest points in New South Wales. So it's a really amazing area, environmentally. There's some incredible, birds and wildlife and people. How I came to actually own it, I don't know. I suppose I'm a little bit, philosophical about it, but I feel it was gifted to me, if you like, as we all do when you get on a farm. And it was my turn to look after this patch of dirt for a while, and one day somebody else will look after it. And that's the way I view it philosophically. But, I wasn't looking in this area. When I first started, I had a small hobby farm, which really wasn't so much a hobby farm. It was a beautiful farm called Willowbrook, which was down in Kangaroo Valley. And it's about 130 acres. And it was an old lady whose husband had passed away. It was a dairy farm. And I bought that at the height of my band's career with NXS, and I just was living out of hotels and suitcases, and everything just didn't seem real, like not real, like, you know what I mean? It was just strange. And when I started having children as well, I thought, what are they going to make of me, as I get older? What does Dad do? He's always on television, or he's famous, or he writes songs and all that sort of stuff. And I thought I can do a bit better than that, actually. And so, yeah, I bought that old dairy farm, and I started working. I didn't know what I was doing. Discovered really quickly a lot of things I didn't understand. And then also I began to realize that my family was starting to take an interest, not just obviously my own immediate family and my kids and my wife and everything, but I began to notice that, my mum and dad, my brothers, my sister, my other people in my family started getting really interested, whereas before I thought, oh, yeah, well, we don't need to talk to him today. Suddenly the country is an interesting place to live,
Yeah.
And it pushes a lot of good buttons with people, really. And so then it was a long story where my mother and, my father, they were both living where I was originally from, which is Western Australia, about as west as it gets. And that's where I grew up as a kid. And Mum got sick with cancer back then. And it was all pretty serious. And, I realized that she wanted to be closer to my brothers and I and my sister, who all lived over on the east coast of Australia. So I'll try to keep this shorter. So anyway, Mum and Dad moved over to the farm, and pretty much they were living there, and it became a family farm. But I was very concerned for Mum. I didn't know that much about breast cancer back then. And I didn't realize just how specific the medical care is that people need in situations like that. So I started, thinking, well, my band's really successful. I've got some money right now. I'll go buy a bigger place. So I started looking around all over top part of Victoria, out west in New South Wales, Parks, Forbes, out that way, and for a patch of dirt it had more than one house on it, And then eventually I saw a lot of things I really liked. I saw some things I didn't like. I saw a lot of sad stories. I saw a lot of communities that were really struggling, and it's very different than the suburbs and the cities. It's a completely different idea and way of life. But anyway, I'd sort of more or less given up. And then one day I got a call from a real estate agent. He said, I got this block of dirt. It's up past Tamworth. It's like, oh, how far is it? Over 100 kilometres. Wow, that's a long way out of town, because I was used to suburbs or a small farm or, whatever. So I came out and I immediately recognised it. I mean, you blokes have been there. I just went, what's this? When I saw it. I thought it was amazing, block of dirt, beautiful, and I fell in love with it. And I've had it now for 28 years. I feel really lucky.
It is an absolutely amazing property. I'm sure you agree, Tom. We were lucky enough to go and write a song with Andrew up there and spend a couple of days. And, just absolutely bloody beautiful place. You can see it in his video clips that he's put out recently. It's shot on the property there. So cool.
What I loved about it is we're driving up there, and we go to the farm, we're opening gates, we're coming right in the farm. And Andrew Farriss is in excess. You've only got to go on YouTube and watch some of these live concerts. They're playing at Wembley Stadium to 80,000 people. And we look off in a paddock, and here's Andrew on a four-wheeler, putting a bore in the ground. I'm like, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. That's Andrew. So anyway, that few days we spent with him, Nick, we had a lot of drinks. We had a lot of laughs. We wrote a great song. But one of the cool moments was he had his piano there, and he started sitting down going, and he started playing Mystify. And I just started to sing a little bit, and I got to sing a verse and chorus of Mystify with Andrew Farriss, and I thought, you know what? I'm happy with that. That's made the trip as well. So I'm going to have a go at that. I'm going to have a go at that right now. All veils are misty, streets are blue. I'm in love, she'll divine. Some silk and moment goes on forever, and they're leaving broken hearts behind. Mystify, mystify me. Mystify, mystify me. I need perfection, some twisted selection that tangles me, that keeps me alive. And all that excels, none has your beauty, eyes your face, and I will survive. Mystify, mystify me. Mystify, mystify me. Totally wild with power, make every moment come alive. All the stars shine upon you, kiss you every night. All veils, misty streets are blue. Army looks, she divine. Some silky moment goes on forever, and we're leaving, yeah, we're leaving broken hearts behind. Mystify, mystify me. Mystify, mystify me. Turn me wild with power, make every moment come alive. All the stars shine upon you and kiss you every night. Mystify, mystify me. Mystify, mystify me. Mystify. Oh, I guess, you know, being on a farm and doing that, and being a creative person like we are, I find myself the practicality of being on a farm and having to do day-to-day jobs and do that sort of stuff actually fires up my creativity more than I thought it ever would. You know, I think you often think of the songwriter type who, you know, is sort of in this own weird space, but often, I don't know about you, I come up with song ideas when I'm out in the tractor or I'm fixing a fence, when I'm not actually thinking about songwriting, when I'm doing something completely else. Is it been a place of inspiration for you, especially with your new material?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I've always, you know, ironically, because I've lived near Tamworth, which is supposed to be the epicenter of the country music world in Australia, I always saw myself as a bit of an outsider and, you know, a bit of a weirdo to all those people because I wasn't part of that community of people. And then I thought, that's just silly, mate. I'll just go down and check out what they're all doing. And so I started getting to know some people. But I think working out on the ground, I've had a couple of experiences. Like I nearly chopped my foot off with a chainsaw once, and I got my arm caught once in some barbed wire trying to rescue a calf. Things like that spooked me a bit, to be a bit honest. But I understand what you're saying. Like, it is a creative environment. It doesn't sound like it would be, but it also, I find the bush or being out in the country takes me out of my head. Like, I stop thinking about all this other stuff, and I just have to concentrate on safety and whatever it is I'm doing. You know?
Yeah. I love the videos you've done on the place. Like, they're just cinematic epicness, aren't they? But that's literally what your place looks like. You know, I remember when you took us up to that hill, and we had a few beers and watching the sunset up there. Just unbelievable. So
it's like something out of a movie.
Yeah, it's good you're actually able to make movies out of it now.
Yeah, well, actually, Marlena, my wife, and I, we actually invested in, you know, we're sort of some of the co-producers of a film. Yeah, I'm actually interested in helping to promote film and all that kind of thing. I think telling stories, not just our videos that we do with, you know, in the music business, but telling stories about real people and real things, and those things interest me, as well as comedy, of course. But you know, I'm into it. Yeah.
Now, mate, you have an incredible studio space out there, and we've been very lucky to go to your farm, hang out at your beautiful place, get in your studio. But the thing we're most lucky about is we've actually got to record with you, record one of our songs we've written, and we thought this would be a great time to tell you that the song we've written is actually going to feature on our next album. So, first ever Wolfe Brothers, Andrew Farriss co-written compilation is going to be coming up. Yeah, it's great. It's very cool.
I really love how that song turned out too. You know, it was that was just such an awesome couple of days up there with you, and like yeah, bloody love it. Yeah.
Hey fellas, I'm blown away, and I don't know what to say. That's fantastic news, and I really, you know, I love to think that I'm associated with you blokes like that, and you know, I think that's wonderful. When's it coming out?
Well, coming out, album's going to be next year. I mean, COVID's kind of turned the world upside down at the moment, but
you know,
I think, yes. I think driving out to your farm and driving through Tamworth and through Barrabra, I think it really inspired this song, and I think it has a real sense of that place. I don't want to give it away what the song's about, but. Yeah, I think there's a real sense of your place and that town. And I remember me and Nick were just driving out to here, driving through it, going, "Wow, this is special." So I think that's really cool. I think we captured that in this song, and we're really excited to be putting that out.
Well, I'm blown away. I really am. I'm excited to hear it, and wish you all the success in the world with your recordings. I'll just wait till this truck goes by. There's not a double B, but it's there's a lot of that kind of,
it sounded legit. It was good.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that runs around out here. Actually, normally there's a fella out here ploughing a field, but
we want to talk about In Excess now. We want to talk about In Excess now. There's been movies. There's been documentaries, incredible music, incredible legacy. What I want to ask you is when it go right back to the start, you know, when it was before it was In Excess, when it was the Farriss brothers, did you guys think you would get to where you got and achieve that sort of success and have those songs that mean so much to people? Did you think you would get that far, or what was the sort of goal?
Seriously, no. But however, now you blokes are brothers, and I worked with my brothers, you know, well, most of my adult life and my adult career was working with my two brothers, Tim and John, and you know, and amazing musicians and great people. You know, although they're both taller than me, which always bothered me. Yeah, actually, I was the shortest guy in the band. But well, anyway, I'm sort of coming to terms with that. But
one day.
Yeah, right. But seriously, for a minute, no. Like, I think when we started, I loved playing music. I actually was in a band that I'd formed with Michael and Gary, the bass player. You know, we had our own band called Dr. Dolphin. And then it was my older brother Tim and Kirk Pengilly had another band. Actually, it was kind of like a country fusion rock jazz thing. Really, I like their music actually. And my younger brother John, he didn't want to know about any of us. He was about 14 or 15, and he used to get gigs all the time because he's such a good drummer. He told me once he played at a nudist camp and he had to play nude. And I thought, that's weird. Anyway, you have to be careful when you're hitting the snare drum, right? But the point is that what happened was that I think my brother Tim, when his band kind of broke up, he was watching what Michael and I and Gary were doing with our group, and he thought, "Oh, these blokes pretty good." And his 20th birthday rolled around. This is up in the Northern Beaches in Sydney, way back when. Actually, August 16th, 1977. And he suggested, why don't we get together and have a little jam? And I'm like, yeah, all right. And then he said, well, can Brother John come along? Well, of course he can. So that's what happened. That's how he became the Farriss Brothers. And we played that night. And back in those days, they had a drug called Mandrax, I think it was, or something. Anyway,
right.
And a lot of people were smoking pot and stuff. And well, anyway, so as we left, the gig was great. It went off, and it was really cool. Along Whale Beach Road there, and it was all pretty groovy. Next day, I saw Mum and Dad, and because they came down to have a look, and Dad goes, yeah, it was pretty good, son, but, you should pick up the numbers because a lot of people fell asleep. Right. Okay, Dad, because I don't think you got the connection with some of the pills and things. There
was some relaxants happening. Yeah,
right. Very relaxed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but, yeah. But and then but did I take it really serious? Actually, to be honest with you, I don't think I really did. I just, all I knew was we enjoyed working together. There's that thing that I think, especially within brothers or families that work together, there's a lot goes unsaid because you don't need to say it. You know what's going on. You know each other. You grew up as kids, and so you got the picture, right? Whereas some other people, you can know them your whole life, and they're strangers. You're like, what? Have we met?
Yeah.
And that, I think that's one of the more sort of, how can I put it, the bonding factors with the Farriss Brothers, and later with INXS, was the brothers thing that was in the group, because we used to laugh at a lot of things. If things didn't go right all the time, it wasn't like we want to throw tantrums or throw in the towel. We saw, well, we'll go over there and do this a bit differently. We didn't really think about it that much. And then later on, it all got very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Got very serious for those guys.
Very serious.
Doesn't get much more serious than Wembley Stadium.
No. And now you just
serious.
have it. Now you just have a drone camera, but they actually had a helicopter coming into the stadium and filming the stage. So it's pretty cool.
That's just
pretty
epic,
damn cool.
isn't it? That's gig.
epic.
So cool.
Epic.
So cool.
I'd put that up there with
I
Queen.
don't think we touched on this in the interview, but how the night we actually met Andrew was in Nashville, and we got introduced by our good friend Mark O'Shea, and we did an escape room together, didn't we?
And Andrew hated it. He hated it so much.
Yeah, I think it was a bit claustrophobic, but it was good.
It was very good. Very good.
All right, well, I'm going to do a bit of a tune for you all while we're here. And this is one from an INXS tune, but a bit later on down the line when they had the reality show to find the new singer, JD Fortune, I think his name was. So, great little song. Falling asleep at the wheel again, baby. You're drifting over the line. Your hands are tied, but you're losing grip quick. They fix me, can you read the sign? If I'm on your way to Vegas, dirty, dreaming out the other side. Save your tears and knock your patience, 'cause it doesn't matter what you find. 'Cause it ain't pretty after the show. It ain't pretty when the pretty leaves you with no place to go. If you think you want it, just come out and say yeah, 'cause it ain't pretty. When everything that you do is wrong and you feel like you can barely survive, yeah. And those around you will crumbling downwards, buried in the sunset light. Thumbing your way to Vegas, dirty, screaming like a bitch from hell. Save your dreams and use your patience, 'cause it doesn't matter what you sell. 'Cause it ain't show. It ain't pretty when the pretty leaves you with no place to go. If you think you need it, here's the place to feed it, 'cause it ain't pretty. The party's over and the road is long. The party's over and you're moving on. This is life. This is a song. It ain't pretty. That's a good song.
Nice.
Hey,
That was a really cool. You know, it was a really cool moment when we were at Andrews. We got to hear all the demos to that before, which no one else has heard, and I was like, "This is a good moment."
To hear some of those, yeah, and even some unreleased things, and yeah, bloody brilliant, amazing. All right,
very cool.
so
Very cool.
let's roll
Continue.
on. Well, mate, I want to
the
say a
journey.
massive congratulations on the Order of Australia too. That must be. I bet that's not something you saw really coming, and that's but very well deserved. You know, you literally made the soundtrack a big part of the soundtrack of like Australian life. You know, so massive congratulations.
Thank you, Nick and Tom, and everybody and anybody that's listening to this. I have to say, I happened to bring it with me because I can't believe they gave it to me. But I'm going to just show you what it looks like. Got it in this little box here. There you go.
Oh wow!
Wow, look at that.
That's all right.
Yeah, and
That's really
really
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
and the Governor General, Her Excellency Margaret Beasley, and but I had the best thing of all was I had my son Matthew and my daughter Josie there with me to share that experience, and because of COVID, they perhaps would normally have a lot more people there, but I was pretty nervous about it all. A very formal sort of experience, but also the thing that I didn't see coming with it was there's an emotional content to it. Okay, like you watch these things and you hear about them, and some guy got an award, and oh yeah, I wonder if he really deserved that or whatever, or some lady, or, you know. But I tell you, when you're in that room, especially with some of the military people and people who are not famous, they're not wealthy, and then they before each person is presented with the honor, they tell a little bit of their story as a person in their life. And I tell you what, when you hear some of the stories that people have done and things they've achieved, you just go like, what? Like there's a man who rescued 4 or 5 kids, saved them from drowning. Military blokes that come out of tours, Afghanistan, Iraq and stuff, and you're just like, and you hear the stories. And so I felt, I was a bundle of emotion. I didn't think I would. And it was interesting because afterwards, a couple of the blokes, both the military blokes and the Governor General, both said the same thing to me. Did you feel emotional? I said, yes, actually I did. And she said, well, it's totally normal. And I didn't see that coming. That's all.
Well, incredible, mate.
I think Nick said it. Nick said it right. Like the songs you've written have been a soundtrack to like Australian lives. Like "Beautiful Girl," for example. Like me and my wife that was at it and played that at our wedding. Every time I hear it, it takes me back to that great moment in my life. So, I think you've touched a lot of people's lives, mate, and you should be exceptionally proud of that.
Thank you. And I didn't know that. Yeah. How about
it's
that?
Cool. Yeah. Well, we're still married, so it's good. It's really good. It's great. Well, it could change.
That's right. Yeah. No, but definitely. That's really good to hear. And I've got to say as well, I have thought a lot about too. My wife, Marlena's stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. We take her health very seriously. Otherwise, she'd be with me here today, trying to do all the tech stuff she normally helps with me, to do. I'm very proud of her too. She's 5 years on from that treatment, and very sadly, some of the wonderful people that we knew who were experiencing the same condition as her are no longer with us. So I feel very blessed, and we just greet every day like it's a new day, and how good's this?
Yeah. So, well, give Marley our love, mate, won't you? When you see her next for us, please do that for us, mate. Look, you've written a lot of great ones. Is there one that, like, is there some that you love more than others, or is there some that have special moments in your life? Or for you, is it more of a, I'm looking what I haven't written yet, what I haven't said?
Yeah, a bit of all that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel I haven't finished doing whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing. I know that sounds a bit odd, but I don't feel like I've finished yet. And so I wanted to be creative. And even when I said to someone, I'm going to take on a solo career, being me, someone said, "Oh, that's pretty brave." It's like, oh, thanks.
Thanks. What a confidence booster that is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But in a sense, they're right too, because you don't know how long you got, and I often wonder if I'm contributing anything useful too. And I don't mean what I've done before, but just as you go along. But I think also living out in the bush has changed me in a way I didn't see coming either. I see other things about the communities in these small towns and the way people live and their opinions and views on cities and how other people live. And you see some funny things too. You see people coming through town in really flash cars and they got lots of attitude and, and you sort of sit there and now I understand what it looks like. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right.
I get it.
Yeah.
Tom Wolfe comes rolling through Barraba in his Rolls Royce.
One day, maybe one day. Since we've been to Barraba last, they painted the silos, got the big murals on the big old silos.
Oh, have they? Right, yeah.
So I've got to go back there and do something there because that'd be very cool. Very cool. Okay, I'm going to attempt this.
Okay.
This is the big one. Don't ask me what you know is true. Don't have to tell you I love your precious heart. I was standing, you were there, two words colliding. They will never tear us apart. We can live for 1,000 years, but if I hurt you, I make a wine from your tears. And I told you, oh honey, we can fly, but we all have wings. Now some of us don't know why. I was standing, you were there, two words colliding. There will never was standing, you were there, two worlds colliding, and they would never tear us apart. No, I was standing, you were there, two worlds colliding, and they could never tear us apart. Piss off.
Nice.
Nice. It's all right. I need the saxophone though.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a. We were talking today, and you know, saxophone improves most things. I think.
I think you need more saxophone. Maybe we put a saxophone on the next album.
Maybe.
That was
Maybe.
Ooh, let's just.
Really 80s reverb sax.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I think it's very cool.
Well, let's get a song from Andrew himself.
Yeah, let's do it.
All
Okay.
right.
But yeah, and I got a guitar here, and but I've got.
Is there something you want to play? Like, is it completely up to you? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of things I thought of. I could. Well, I've got a new single out, and I could play that. Or the other one I was kind of interested in playing is an old cowboy song, written by Stan Jones, I think, in the 1920s. Do you want me to play that?
Mate,
You do whatever
you want to do because I'm
I put the hat on. You see?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now I'm going to make sure I don't screw this up. Okay, here we go. All right. Yeah, song. Okay. Song's called Ghost Riders in the Sky. Okay. Good. An old cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day. On a ridge he rested as he went along his way. When all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw, plowing up a ragged sky and up a cloudy draw. Their brands were still on fire and their boots were made of steel. Back and shining, and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky. He saw the riders coming hard, and he heard them whistle cry. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-oh, ghost riders in the sky. That's my RV going in the background. As the riders passed on by him, he heard one call his name. If you want to save your soul from hell, a riding on our range, then cowboy, change your ways today. With us you will ride, trying to catch the devil's herd across these endless skies. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-oh, ghost riders in the sky. Their faces gone, their eyes are red, their shirts all soaked with sweat. He's riding hard to catch at her, but he ain't caught him yet. 'Cause 'cause he's got to ride forever in that range up in the sky, where horses are snorting fire across these endless skies. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-yo, ghost riders in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I've never
That's
heard
cool.
I've never heard the lyrical version of that. I've heard like the surf. Yeah. I've heard that, but I've never heard. It's a really cool lyric, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a duck's guts. I mean, like when you do I
So
love
cool.
that song. Yeah, and when you ask me, like, you know, what do I aspire to, and like a lyric like that, like, wow, you know,
Yeah.
like, who does that? You know, and that was written about 100 years ago. That song.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's amazing. Like when you think it's 100 years old, that song, and that holds up today as good as anything. That is really cool, isn't it? I stand by that comment. I do. I was playing along with the piano. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-oh. Who did that? Shadows.
I think the one that's what I would have heard. The Shadows doing it.
Shadows in the Moon. What's the famous Shadows song?
Patchy.
Apache. How does that go? Down, down.
No. Was it? Oh, jeez, sorry. Terrible.
No,
Anyway, I worked it out off here, but
yeah, no, that's what it's about. Hey, look, Nick, we put a post up this week. Well, actually, last night, saying we are committing to doing this show for at least the rest of this year. We think it's really important, not just to keep connected with you guys, but to keep connected with, well, for us to keep connected. And I think it's really good for everybody's mental health. And what started off as something that's me and you talking a bit of BS has developed into interviews, talking to really cool people. So you want to see someone, you want us to try something, you want us to maybe play a special song, you want us to play a Wolfe Brothers song you don't hear a lot, please let us know. We appreciate you very much, very, very much. And it's fun. It's a highlight of my week, so I'm enjoying it. And yeah, what are you going to do? You going to do another one? Want to do a couple more? What are you thinking?
yeah, well, you know, we're here. I can do it. There's no reason or rhyme behind doing this song. I just
Doesn't need to be.
I was playing it in the car the other day, and I thought it's a good old song. I think I've got the right key. I hope I've got the right key. We'll find out.
We're about to find out, yeah.
All
All right, have fun.
Sorry. Good technology. Cottonwood falling like snow in July. Sunset, riverside, four-wheel drive, and a tail light. Circle. Roll down the windows, turn it on up. Pour a little Crown in a Dixie cup and get the party started. Girl, you make my speakers go boom boom. Dancing on the tailgate in the full moon. That kind of thing makes a man go You're looking so good, and what's left of those blue jeans? Drip of honey on the money maker, gotta be the best buzz I'm ever gonna find. I'm a little drunk on you and high on summertime. If you ain't a 10, you're a 9.9. Sipping and spilling that homemade wine on inside a t-shirt. Every little kiss is driving me wild. Throwing little cherry bombs into my fire. Good God almighty. Girl, you make my speakers go boom boom. Dancing on the tailgate in the full moon. The kind of thing makes a man go You're looking so good, and what's left of those blue jeans? Drip of honey on the money maker, gotta be the best buzz I'm ever gonna find. Woo! I'm a little drunk on you and high on summertime. Let's slip on out where it's a little bit hot. When it gets a little bit hotter, take it off on out in the water, water, water. Girl, you make my speakers go boom boom. Dancing on the tailgate in the full moon. The kind of thing makes a man go Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're looking so good, and what's left of those blue jeans? Drip of honey on the money maker, gotta be the best buzz I'm ever gonna find. I'm a little drunk on you and high on summertime. I'm a little drunk on you. Loop fade out.
Sorry, I just said that. Oh, that's good. That's a great
Really
song.
takes me, you know, that song really takes me back to being a postman.
Okay.
that album
weird.
was that,
I'm not...
that I know, but that album was out when I was an Australia Post driver, and I used to listen to it. Yeah.
I got a weird one. If you're up for it.
Okay, mate. Get weird. Let's get weird.
Let's get weird. Okay. Context for why I'm playing this. Cleaning up at home in the shed. And while being in the shed, I found the old cassettes. And I got the old cassettes out, and it's all John Williamson cassettes. And I thought, okay, well, I'll do a John Williamson. So I've been listening to John Williamson all week. And it's just so good. So Australian. It's completely different to what we just heard, but this is a bit of an older one for John. It's called Hawkesbury River. Laying with my lady on a houseboat in the sun. Can't hear the city hum. I'm feeling good with a belly full of oysters and some white wine on the ice. I got that layback of loving feeling. It's pretty nice when I go Hawkesbury River loving good Aussie wine. Working hard at being lazy, no bait on the line. My kind of paradise, a river honeymoon. Just laying with my lady on a houseboat in the sun. Well, I know I should be out there searching for a job. I can buy a pick and shovel. Yeah, but what the hell? Why can't I be born again? Come back as a swan. Head up north for the winter. And back again to find some Hawkesbury River loving good Aussie wine. Working hard at being lazy, no mate on the line. My kind of paradise, a river honeymoon. Just laying with my lady on a houseboat in the sun. I don't wanna know if you really love me, as long as you stay around for more. To find some Hawkesbury River loving good Aussie wine. Working hard at being lazy, no bait on the line. My kind of paradise, a river honeymoon. Just laying with my lady on a houseboat in the sun. Just laying with my lady on a houseboat in the sun. Just laying with my lady on a houseboat in the sun.
Amazing. Nice.
That's a beautiful song. Beautiful song, man.
All right,
That's a
so
beautiful
look,
song.
thank you so much, Andrew Farriss, for joining us tonight. That was
We love you, man. We love
Yeah.
you, Farriss. Love you,
yeah.
Andrew. Let's write another song. The one we've got.
I can't wait to eventually show people. I just wish we could put out the songs, now.
I'll sing a bit. Ready?
No.
No, I won't. Well, we won't.
Okay, we've got some homework for everyone this week. You need to go and listen to a guy called Michael War. He's going to be on the show next week, and he is amazing, and you all need to hear his amazing songs. And he's like he's his own thing. But
He's his own
if you were to liken it to anything, you might say lyrically. Well, it's so much about his. It's really personal about his life. I guess people draw comparisons to Paul Kelly land, but it's his own thing. You that's your homework. Michael War. Why don't you start on the song "Big Things" and go from there.
Big
And,
skyrocket in the blind spot.
so Michael's going to be on the show next week, and we're really looking forward to having a chat to him. So
I might do one of his songs. One I could do. He's got a great song called "The Little C Word." Great song. Such an amazing writer. Incredible
he's
writer.
amazing. Yeah.
And he's one of them guys that doesn't get the attention he deserves. So please do your homework. Do your homework, guys.
That's your homework. That's homework for this week. Everyone has to go and listen to Michael War after this. Can you stop playing guitar?
No.
Please?
My other homework is I think people should go and listen to the brand new Hardy album. That is incredible. Nick put me under that, and there's a song on there called "A Rock," and I reckon it's one of the best songs I've heard in the last couple of years. Big call, but I think it's true. So,
Exceptional. Other news: Launceston show has sold out, and we've put on that show sold out, and we've put on another show at 5 p.m. Is that correct?
5 p.m. show. Launceston.
So yeah, 5 p.m. show at Launceston now, as well. So that'll be a lot of fun, and and the 5 p.m. Hobart show on October 3 is still got a few left too. So
that's about it's over halfway, so it's going to probably sell out over the next few weeks. But thank you.
Can't wait to play. Yeah,
can't wait.
Honestly, like that's like our This is great. We love this, but playing with each other musicians to a live audience is that's
playing music with each other is
that's
great.
What we love. So
yes, no, we do. All right, well, love you all. Stay safe. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. What's plans? Any plans for the weekend, mate?
No, just doing stuff. Got a lot of Xbox to play, so.
Good.
No.
Good.
No.
Well, as long as you got the priorities, Xbox.
No. A lot of musical, working on our songs, which so.
Yes, no, I do, mate. I do.
Getting them done.
Mate. Well, very good. Well, everybody, stay safe. Have a great week. Lots of love.
The spelling of Michael War, you're going to do your homework, okay? War as in Steve War, Mark War, cricketer. That war, not war at like Vietnam War. Steve War, Mark War. Okay, so Michael War. Okay. So enjoy that. You're going to love it, and he's going to be on next week, and I'm really looking forward to that. And have a great weekend, everybody. And,
really, want to talk about cricket. We lost Dean Jones this week, great Australian cricketer. As you know, we loved cricket growing up, so just a shout out to what an amazing cricket legend he was. Thanks for the incredible entertainment and what you brought to the sport, mate. And we wish all your family all the best. And have a beer up there, mate. I'm sure there's a few greats up there waiting for you. So good on you. Good on you, Dean Jones. Yeah. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you soon.
All right.